Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Better Than Wilhelm, Age of Imperialism for Civilization 3. And we are back again looking to take more French territory. Yes, obviously, there is no difference, there is nothing more, just French territory. We are hopefully going to take the French Foreign Legion's HQ and completely crippled the armed forces of the French and what's left of them, which is only in Corsica, these few cities here. We have pretty much left the French in tatters. They cannot be exiled anywhere that we cannot reach, other than Madagascar, but we're going to be trying to take that too. It's going to take some time, but we are going to be hopeful, and we are going to hope that we can make a change, make some changes here. We're going to take these ships instead of going to Marseille. We're going to try to take Algiers. And from what it looks like, the remaining French navy might be in Algiers to protect it from naval bombardment. How curious! I thought they would put it in Marseille. I would have. I would have. It would have been, the last bastion, because we got Paris still around, and I am contemplating if I'm going to let the French just stay in Paris or not. I think they are crippled enough they cannot make a navy, and whatever navy they have is pretty much on life support because they won't be able to do much. So we're going to take all of these ships and we're going to move them around and we're going to settle them in that city, and we're going to see what more damage we can do. We're gonna start loading up cavalry, colonial cavalry, and we're going to make moves, my friends. We're going to make some tremendous moves, and we're going to hope that these moves are worth it. We're gonna hope they're worth it. We're going to try and do what we can here to cripple the French in the Suez regions, or the Red Sea regions. Um, we're going to hope to try and take this region here. We do want to get the French Foreign Legion crippled. We do kind of want them out of the way, and we do need to. Honestly, we need to do a lot. Even though they are on their last legs, we still have a lot to do, and we are going to try and do so. Now, I will say, this series has gone on for a good while, honestly, and it has gone further than my last Age of Imperialism game. But, that is how it works. I've been having a whole lot of fun with this, so I have been carrying on. So there is that. Um, I hope that a lot of people do enjoy this series a lot, and I'm hopeful that you do, because I'm having a lot of fun, and I think that's what matters, right? If the person doing this is having a lot of fun, then I think everybody else could have a lot of fun. That whole mentality, or something like that, will shed off and give it to you guys. So that is my hope. I do have a lot going here. Now, I do have another game going on, which is an Italian game that I've been doing off on the side. And I thought about doing a couple of videos or a couple of streams with progress to that. But I have not made up my mind yet about that. I am kind of on the rocks. I am on the rocks because I'd like to see that. So I'm hopeful that that maybe I can show you guys a little bit more of this series in streams and such. I'm hopeful that you guys do enjoy this kind of stuff, because I do, and I like to think that matters a lot, and all that kind of stuff. And you guys deserve only the best content out of me. Um, in all honesty, I genuinely believe that wholeheartedly. That I think you guys do enjoy my series, and I hope that I just hope that it's worth it to watch, worth to watch. I hope it's worth the watch because I genuinely appreciate the people who do take their time and check out my series and watch my videos, and even if it is only for a little while from what it tells me on my YouTube um thing, even if it is just a little bit, at least I know that my videos are getting out there. So I am glad and I am hopeful that YouTube will recognize my videos a little bit more and recommend it to a much wider audience and all that kind of stuff. So I do appreciate it, guys. I do. Genuinely. Genuinely, I do. So, yeah. Um, so with all of that, we are really going to try and push our luck here in hopes that we can take Marcel, and hopefully the Spanish won't just swoop in to take it. Or worse, the Brazilians for some weird reason. The Brazilians might. Um, that would be weird. And yeah, it looks like the Balkans. Holy crap! Will the Balkans be the ones to destroy the French Navy? Holy crap! That would be something I wouldn't be able to see normally. That would definitely be kind of awkward. Yeah, it looks like the British might take it. Oh, oh shit. I'm gonna say that they brought some riflemen and they did not bring any mounted infantry. Oh, maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe we'll be lucky. I don't know. I don't want them to connect their African colonies through culture so that they can make roads and stuff. No, hell no. I need that. I need that. I need that. That was something I was not expecting. Holy crap. Maybe I timed it just right. Perhaps I did. Perhaps I did. Perhaps, maybe. I don't know. I'm getting excited. I'm hoping that I can at least take that French city down there because I wasn't able to take any of this and I want it, and the British have taken it away from me. Now, the biggest battle that we're gonna have is against the British, so that's gonna be a pain in the ass to do, and I'm hopeful that it's not gonna be too much of a pain. But, we'll find out. Maybe we can be lucky. I am holding off my cavalry unit. I was kind of hoping I could hold my cavalry unit, but apparently I won't be able to. They're gonna make it. They're gonna make me do it. Damn it. I was kind of hopeful that they wouldn't make me do it because I want it. Maybe. Maybe I'm lucky. Maybe I'm lucky. Yes! 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 I'm lucky. You've taken Vietnam from me. I'm not letting you take this one away from me. No, nine. I refuse. I refuse. I need it. I want it. And I'm going to have it. Screw you. I'm gonna have it. Screw them. It's mine. Assholes. There goes a French ship. Goodbye, French dreadnought. Another French dreadnought will be sunk by me. Another one. Oh, they're lingering. Uh-oh, destroyer? Maybe a cruiser? I don't know. Don't care, don't know, don't care. It's mine. GG. Algiers is mine. Come on. Come on. Do not do that to me. At least I have at least one more attempt. Oh yeah, if you have ships inside of a city and it gets taken by ground forces, that ship is destroyed like artillery. Just to give you guys a bit of a heads up with that. So if you're planning to play Civilization 3 or whatever, and you've never played it, and this is the first time that you're seeing this kind of game, just know that if you have any planes, artillery, or even ships inside of a city, if all ground units of yours are taken out, those ships and planes and artillery are normally destroyed in this game mode. Now, in normal Civ 3, only the artillery gets captured, not destroyed, but everything else is destroyed. So do keep that in mind. If your city you feel is going to be taken out, move your ships out. It's easier for them to be out in open sea to defend rather than have them instant die inside the city that is taken. So it is helpful tips from Chachi. Helpful tips from Chachi. Now I do like to see the Flammenwaffen troop. It is Blitz. And it is not army eligible. Okay, I was kind of wondering about that. Oh, didn't do much there, did it? I'm pretty sure I get an upgrade to the Flammenwaffen near the end game. Pretty sure, maybe. I can't remember. I have a lot of infantry that I'm hopeful that I can bear down on Marseille and take the city. The city defense is going to obviously be the hardest thing to take down. Yeah. Well, I have a lot of infantry. This one, the Alpine unit, is going to be a pain, and the City Guard is going to be a pain. Everything else, not really, is going to be much of a pain. So I suppose we can look on the bright side in that kind of regard. I am sweating at the Spanish here. The Spanish do have a good opportunity to take the city. Because I do not know how many troops are inside the city. Which is obviously a concern. It can be a concern because I do not have an idea of how much I need to punch through. A lot of these units are just colonial infantry that have been sent over from Algeria. I haven't been able to break to the city guard yet, so... Okay, well, we've gotten to that one. We'll try our luck, maybe. Okay. I'm gonna try my luck here with this because it's an elite and I like to get my elites through first. Just to see if I can get myself another corps. Another army would be wonderful. Which we won't get this time, but we do have access to the French Foreign Legion. Which I believe gets destroyed upon me taking it. Yes it does. So we won't have that. But that also means they won't have it either. Which means easy pickings, easy pickings. And since they don't have Casablanca, we don't have to worry about going that way. But it does kind of mean that we do need to also keep an eye out for Tunisia. Tunis is going to be pretty easy to take as well. So there is that. Do we have any more infantry that is... Yeah, we do. Okay. I'm try and check all of my stuff here because I might have enough units on standby that might be able to take the city. Maybe. We should be able to have enough units to take the city. Or at least get majority of the city guard destroyed. Hmm. That much we can do. We do have a lot of elite cavalry that I'm hoping that can maybe make a difference, maybe not. A good bit of elite cavalry. I'm kind of hoping that I can see that little message that pops up and says, "Oh, they've gotten an army. They've gotten an army." And I'll be like, "Yes, please, give me the army." Okay. See, cavalry can hit this woodland tile and keep moving, which is what I want. City guard down. Now it's a bunch of militia. Please tell me I have more cavalry waiting. I do. Good. Do we have any more? I am really like stretching right now. I'm like, please. Please have more. Um, mm, not looking good. I might have to hold back. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Maybe I can. Agent in Paris, and we're going to investigate the city of Marseille. Execute this. They have a lot, and they're going to get more drafted. Okay. We'll hold back. I'm hoping that I did not destroy too much of their defense to where the Spanish feel emboldened to try and take the city. That is my hope right now, is that is not the case. And the French have not completed their road to connect these cities. That's kind of weird. That's the #1 priority for the French Empire to do, and they decided they weren't going to do it. Questionable. Very questionable. Extremely questionable. Why did they do that? We're gonna have these guys parked there. Move our field artillery to that general location. And we'll move these guys over here and have them wait. We're gonna bombard Tunisia, and I believe the French Navy is pretty much routed right now. They shouldn't be able to do anything. Shouldn't. Hang on a minute. Okay, I don't think it's gonna work. And I hope I just did not screw myself up even further, because that is a lot of units they have. Alright, well, we're going to take this turn and hope that the French can hold their city. I mean, I don't mind having to fight the Spanish. The Spanish are pretty much next on my list. They're gonna take the city. Unless the French can pull something out of their ass. If the French can pull something out of their fucking ass to hold, that would have been crazy. Oh my god. That would have been so crazy. They pretty much fucked me out of the med. God damn it. Not looking good, but at least the French are getting crippled. I'm gonna have to fight the Spanish next anyway, so I'm not really too, like, bothered, I guess. They are next, because I do want Tangiers. And I do want what's left of their colonies. But I'm wondering if, actually, I can use this to my advantage. Maybe not, honestly, probably not. You guys don't know what I'm thinking, so it is kind of, me just talking out loud, and you guys don't know what I'm planning. So what I'm thinking is that I can probably pit the Spanish against the British, and then have their colonies and try and do something. Because the Spanish hasn't had to fight a war here, I could... No, they're weak. They're very weak. Compared to me, they're very weak. Yeah. So, the best bet I'm gonna do is do this. Hold on. Get out of my territory. And I've warned you. And we're going to declare war. And we're going to take Marseille. I'm also going to try and take the rest of this. So we're going to be doing what we need to do. We're going to take Tangiers. We're going to take pretty much the mainland Spanish. The thing about the Spanish in this game is that they are a very, very weak power. Honest to God, they are. They cannot make any dreadnoughts. They cannot make any destroyers. Everything's imported. Because El Cid, who made this mod, does not seem to think that the Spanish would have survived or even come up with anything to make themselves a stronger colonial power. In fact, if you really want to have a tough game, play as Spanish as a European power, or the Italians, because they're pretty much 1-to-1. Or pretty much anybody around here. Even the Portuguese kind of suck. The Turks suck too. The Turks are pretty bad. They do. They suck. They're awful. We're going to be, we're going to try and focus on Indochina, obviously, but I'm also going to be focusing in on the Philippines now. We want to secure the Philippines. Exerting enough raw power in the Asian territory will be a big, big thing for us. As the German Empire, it is absolutely in our best interest to do that. And the reason why it's in our best interest is because we have to contend with the British, and the British have a lot of colonial power in these regions, and having more territory to split mass units into mass influence, we can separate and divide and conquer, so to speak, with a lot of the British. Not only the British, but the Russians, if you can tell. We're going to have to fight the Russians eventually, and having an opening like that, or at least at least an opening like that, is definitely in our best interest. And yes, it is in our best interest. So, divide and conquer as much as you can. You want to exert your power pretty much globally, so that the AI has to sit there and contemplate what is the best interest. Obviously, taking out the homeland, the fatherland, and the motherland is probably the best interest. It is not always the best. No. No, it is not. Not always. I do not know how many troops they put in Marseille, but I'm hopeful that they didn't put a whole lot in. I hope they didn't put a whole lot in, because that would be a pain in the ass. The British now are going to try and take, or at least wound Paddy. I'm so glad I didn't have to tell those artillery to reassign their order. Cool. They probably put like an ass load in there just to hold it. Like I said, they are very good at mounting units. They don't have any artillery that is unique other than mountain guns and pretty much shitty artillery that's imported. And I don't think they're going to get any artillery that is like on par with mine. At least not until a lot later in the game. So I'm not really bothered at all. I am genuinely not bothered at all. So we'll come down to Tangers because I can see that they're a little weak. Oh, how scrumptious. Very scrumptious looking with that unit. We're going to take this destroyer and we're going to go and explore that region because it does look very scrumptious. Yes, yes, indeed. We're going to start applying a lot of pressure into Marcel to take it. Give it to me. I want it. It is on my list of things that I want and I need. You out of the way. We are making some tremendous strides in the game. The eagle versus the ox has commenced, and I am all for it. As much as I am... See, here's a funny thing about me. I have German in me, and I have Spanish in me. And seeing this kind of fight is quite unique. It is quite unique, because it's not something that you can be like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Absolutely. No, no, it is funny because it is ironic, but at the same time, it's not very much ironic. It is pretty much. If I had to choose between the Spanish and the German, I would probably say in a modern time, probably the Spanish. But in the colonial era, German. Absolutely. In this game, anyway. Not in real life, but you know what I mean. We should be able to take this city. Relatively easy. The Spanish do not have much good units. So it should be okay. Maybe. Maybe, mayhaps. I don't know. We'll see. We have a lot of units here that we can just cross into the city and try and take. There is a lot in here. I can see that. A lot of my units are wounded though. But I'm not afraid of losing any of those units because I have a core. That army is going to be a godsend. I believe that is their last unit. I believe so. That is their last unit. And I should be able to take it relatively easy with this one. Okay. Port of Marseille has been taken. And now we need to hold the city. And you know how we're going to hold the city? Relatively easy, because we're just going to grab like 3 of these and move them into the city for defense. And they're just going to sit there and just mow down everything that's going to come their way. And obviously I'm not too terribly afraid of losing any more units, because quite honestly, they won't be able to take the city back no matter how hard they try. Okay, now with that out of the way, taking on Marseille, the Battle of the Eagle and the Bull has commenced. Not really was on my planner, but you know, It is what it is. We will be striking Paris next, and we're going to be taking Tangiers. And we're going to be doing a lot of work down here to take these Spanish colonies, and we're going to have to take Riamoy as well. And we're going to also be fighting in the Philippines, but the French War is pretty much almost over. So thank you guys for watching. If you have enjoyed this, please leave a like. Let YouTube know that you do enjoy my channel, my series, my everything, so that we can get it shared around. Please share this with your friends who might be interested or is already interested in Civ 3 and see what kind of mods that they could use in their next game. And until next time, my friends, peace out.